Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and today we've had a lot of green in XRP. This thing has been up as high as 20-something% today. And that's a good thing. That tells me that people are not so freaked out like they were in the first couple of days, and they know that this thing is going to play out. And there's a lot of scenarios where Ripple comes out of this, not just in a good manner, but coming out like a rose. So, that's good stuff. It's been holding pretty solid at 21 to 22. Now, by the way, I'm having some Zaxby's sweet tea here. My 8-year-old is all about some Zaxby's chicken fingers. This kid is going to turn into a chicken finger. All he eats is chicken fingers and French fries. When they're young like that, they don't discover real food until, I guess, 10 or 11. Then they start really venturing out. He hadn't done it yet. Okay. Crypto Dim sent me this. Russian oil drilling giant opens a crypto mining farm. Run on gas energy. Okay. Now, we've known that China is heavily into the crypto mining business, but we haven't known about Russia, I don't think. Now, I'm sure we've assumed that Russia's been into it as well, but now we're seeing it in CoinDesk articles. Now, there was a dirty little secret that I wanted to point out to you, and I don't think it's discussed very often. Remember, this week, yesterday, when Ripple Ripple had put out a little announcement about the SEC and where they were on that and all. And at the bottom of the announcement, they had talked about the laundry list of SEC people who had left the SEC in the last week. And that reminded me of this. This is what people I call it the dirty little secret. You know, everybody in the space says that Bitcoin and Ethereum are commodities. But does everybody realize why everybody assumes they're commodities? Because the dirty little secret is that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not legally commodities. This all came from one speech, one guy at the SEC who's still there, but he could have left this week for all we know. I believe his name was William Hinman, but you don't have to take my word for it. Go back. The article's from CNBC. It was called Bitcoin and Ether are not securities, but some initial coin offerings are, maybe. SEC's William Hinman, a point person on policy regarding Bitcoin and blockchain, clarified the agency's viewpoint. So my point is that you could have people new from the SEC come in and say something totally different, because that was not some legal thing that happened. It was just an SEC guy walking to a podium at a Yahoo convention and making a speech. That's all it was. That's why I wrote this. The only reason this narrative has gone forward was because of a speech by an SEC official in a Yahoo speech. Pay attention. Anything can happen. Trust you me. In this space right now, anything can happen. And there's a lot of good guys and a lot of bad guys, and you don't really know who they all are. Now, I thought this was pretty cool. I said, hello, zero doubt. Esoteric XRP had tweeted this out. This is a lot bigger than if XRP is a security or not, or even a currency or not, because the reality here is Ripple is a central bank. That's what this is really about. Brad Combs had quoted that. Now, Brad Combs is not just coming up with this thing from nowhere. I mean, of course, we've been talking about these things for over 2 years, but the Financial Times put out this article this week. Ripple, the SEC filing highlights how a crypto company became its own central bank. All right. It's not just crazy YouTubers out here saying this. It's the freaking Financial Times. Okay. So those of you that think this is all crazy talk, whatever, because, you know, and maybe the Financial Times is learning from us. Who knows? Now I forgot all about this morning to show you the actual SEC lawsuit against Ripple. And I'm not going to go into this thing in depth because I might fall asleep, but the gist of it is this is the complaint against, and it's SEC versus Ripple Labs, Brad Garlinghouse, and Christian A. Larson. Okay. What I wanted to show you is this. XRP brought this to my attention. This is the interesting part. At the very beginning of this, it says to conserve resources to promote judicial efficiency and in an effort to achieve a faster disposition of this matter, it is hereby ordered that the parties discuss whether they are willing to consent under this to conducting all further proceedings before the assigned magistrate judge. If all parties consent to proceed before the magistrate judge, counsel for all defendants shall by February 15th, 2021, email a fully executed notice, consent, and reference of civil action to a magistrate judge form, attached to this order, to the order's judgment, If the court approves that form, full further proceedings will then be conducted before the assigned magistrate judge rather than before me. It almost, and look, again, I'm not an attorney, but it almost looks like they are. Wait, let's go a little further. An information sheet proceedings. Any appeal would be taken directly to the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit, as it would be if the consent form were not assigned and so ordered. Now, I don't know everything that's going on here, but this, to me, smells. This is just, again, I'm not an attorney, but it smells to me like somebody wants this to get done really quick. And that's what I think. I think I don't think it's just Ripple either. I think there's a lot of people that want this to get done quick. Coining 203, the hits keep on coming. Genesis Trading just sent this out. Update on XRP trading and lending. And once again, they're shutting all of their XRP stuff down. Lending, but they're not. Here's the part. Our XRP derivatives business will continue as usual for the time being. Genesis will not be accepting any new deposits in XRP, but XRP withdrawals will be permitted as usual. So you can keep your XRP there. Okay? All right. Crypto banker Jesse Powell went from storing digital assets for online gamers in 2011 to developing his crypto exchange into a bank in 2020. Next, Kraken is focusing its lobbying efforts on communicating with the U.S. SEC and CFTC. Okay, and for those of you that don't know, Jesse Powell was with Ripple Labs from the very beginning, and he had a disagreement with them. Okay, now I want to point out something else. So this guy, Jesse Powell, has flipped. I mean, I've watched him over the last two years. He flipped. I remember when he flipped the bird to the regulators in New York and basically says, "I'm not coming under your thing." So once again, what we're supposed to believe here is that Ripple, who has worked with the regulators from day one, the guys who are the Bitcoin maxis who are down with the banks and that whole mantra, and the Jesse Powells who tell the people, the feds in New York, by the way, let's keep seeing this through. The New York Bit license was created. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, but I think he was on Ripple's board. He was the head regulator in New York. And this is the guy, he created the Bit license and the whole thing. And I remember Jesse Powell basically telling him to F off. So what we're supposed to believe is that the one organization that's working on a use case for the digital asset that is everything better than all the others, we're supposed to believe that the government decided to go after the one that's not saying down with the banks, instead of going after the people that were basically telling the government to F off. That's what we're supposed to believe. Not this guy, XRP Bart. Atomic Wallet, we have no plans to ever delist XRP. Atomic is a non-custodial, decentralized wallet app. In terms of regulation, it's just a piece of software on your device to sign transactions with private keys and show data from blockchain nodes. Your keys, your crypto. So here's one company that's saying, no, we're going to do it. Okay. This is, folks, listen to me close. This is the time when legends are born, and I'm going to get more into that. I'm going to tell you who some of those legends are going to be. Panthers OT Russell Okung will receive $6.5 million in Bitcoin in 2020, becoming the first player from any major U.S. sports league to receive a salary via the electronic currency. All right. And now, Jonathan D. sent me this. Greg Kidd had tweeted this out the other day, or yesterday. I've been receiving a lot of inquiries about XRP Ripple. At this time, Twitter is limited to express all what I want to say, so my team is preparing for some recordings in a few days. Stay tuned. Remember who Greg Kidd is, folks, and I'll show you an article in a second. Greg Kidd was one of the first 10 guys at Ripple. He was one of the first investors, I believe, in Square and several other. This guy's got the Midas touch, okay? Greg Kidd is one of the biggest investors in Uphold. Greg Kidd has a venture capital firm. The guy's a freaking genius, okay? And he's a humble, nice guy on top of it. And he will be one of the legends that comes out of all this, by the way. Okay. And then JP Tirrett, okay? He's the CEO of Uphold. JP is also going to be a legend. Or as I'm going to call them, and I'll show you why in a minute, the man, in every crisis, in every new industry or new asset class in this case, there's going to be, and whenever the world is dying for a leader at all times, in all sorts. They're looking for the man on the white horse. And I'm going to tell you about the man on the white horse in a minute. I think you're going to see several men on white horses. I think Brad Garlinghouse will come out of this as a man on the white horse. I think maybe Stuart Alderati will come out of this as a man on the white horse. But I'm going to show you who they are. JP Tirrett says, Uphold hopes that due process resolution, and everything he says here makes sense. Uphold hopes that due process resolution to the SEC Ripple dispute can both set the goalpost for token offerings going forward, as well as clear the fog bank of uncertainty that now presumably settles over the Stellars and Filecoins of the world, if not Ethereum itself. The SEC is a lion in the service of protecting consumers and stopping bad actors, but Ripple complaint presents various conundrums. What if punishing the actions of a couple of parties not only directly harms XRP holders, most of whom probably assume tacit approval after 7 years of inaction? That's the real problem. But also threatens to harm participants in similar projects, as well as virtually assure that the U.S. will not be home to Silicon Valley too, by rights the U.S. is to own. Can something be born a security and metamorphose into something else? We've already been told it can by Heath Tarbert of the CFTC. How is invoking billions of dollars of losses for innocent third parties, and as an ex-commissioner of the SEC recently put it, in the interest of protecting consumers? We work in the most exciting industry of our day. This truly is the second coming of the internet. As with all human activity, there are the well-intentioned, the criminal, and the crazy. But most importantly, there are the innovators, the agents of human progress. Perhaps the innovator in question poked the lion and got swatted. Now we have to see whether the lion gets up and finishes the job or returns its attention to more likely and deserving next meals. It's this next action that holds the promise of providing the clarity we're all hoping for. Meanwhile, we'll tiptoe in the fog, listening to the party happening in the Panda enclosure. And the amusingly bitchy, I didn't even know this, bitchy, I don't even know how to say that word, Schadenfreude, Freud, this looks German, of some of our colleagues. Uphold will continue to list XRP until and unless the complaint is adjudicated against Ripple, specifically citing that XRP is today a security or trading volume dissipates to a point where we can no longer support. Okay? So, I'm telling you, JP just put himself on the road to being legend. And then Mr. B sends out a legendary tweet. The best way to show our appreciation to Uphold for having the stones to continue to trade XRP is to use their platform for buys moving forward. I will show my support. And so will the digital asset investor. Greg Kidd then tweets this out. Thanks for pulling the article. And the article is, and that was a reply to Mr. B's tweet. Ripple and Coinbase investor Greg Kidd backs digital money platform Uphold. Uphold, the digital money platform, today announced that it has entered into a $57.5 million partnership with Greg Kidd, investor in Ripple, Square, Coinbase, and others to increase its loss assurance for consumers to around 20% of the total current crypto holdings, an industry-leading move where most companies offer little or no consumer coverage. This is from January 25th, 2018. When I was a kid, my father, the official father of the Digital Asset Investor channel, made me listen to this over and over. Earl Nightingale, Lead the Field. He had them on tape cassettes. Many of you young people out there do not even know what that is, but they did exist. Lead the Field is about how to literally lead the field no matter what your endeavor in life is. And here they say the person, they're just being politically correct for the day. It was actually called The Man on the White Horse. And I want you to listen to this because you're about to witness a lot of people that become the man on the white horse. People are looking for leaders now, and Brad Garlinghouse is going to have his chance. You're watching Greg Kidd and JP Tyrrett step to the plate. I will be here. I will be my own man on the white horse in my own YouTube kind of way. So listen up.
All businesses, all organizations, from the smallest
what happened there? Here we go.
Divisions must have strong and able leadership. Contrary to popular belief, you do not raise morale in an organization. It filters down from the top. The attitudes of the people working in any organization will always reflect the attitude of the leader. And finally, this leader will always be found to be just one person. The man or woman on the white horse. I'm sure you're aware that even the largest and oldest companies with many thousands of employees and hundreds of management people will, when they find themselves in trouble or not doing as well as they should, seek out one person and place him or her in a position of final authority. The whole company, the board of directors, and perhaps thousands of stockholders all look to this one person for leadership and success. The case of Chrysler and Lee Iacocca is an excellent example. Incidentally, we have Mr. Iacocca on a tape cassette program, and it's excellent. Wherever you find a successful, going concern, whether it's a gas station, a supermarket, a school club, PTA, or a well-organized home, you'll find behind its success an outstanding leader. This is the most valuable person in society. In industry, he or she makes the wheels turn, the entire economy work. This is the person who's been responsible for the growth of nations and their position in the world. The employer of millions, the dreamer, the planner, and a clock to him or her is something that other people watch. You'll find this person working early and late, and when not working, he or she is usually thinking and planning. Way back during the Depression,
I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that legends will be born out of this, and you will see men on white horses. You're watching them now. Thank you for listening.